Now here's meteorologist Pete Mangione with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
Good morning, everybody. We have some new information coming in. Many of us have switched back to snow, and we have some fresh snowfall reports. Burrillville now at 4.5 inches. Richmond, that's actually from last night, at 2.5. That report from Green, Rhode Island is new this morning. That's 1.5. Not to be confused with TF Green, which is in Warwick, 0.9 inches. That's also a report coming in from this morning. Now, what you're going to notice is that many of the amounts that we saw from last night actually got squashed down by some of the rain. So what looks like additional accumulation is around a dusting to 2 inches. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes. In terms of the Eyewitness News Threat Tracker, I'm going to give you the yellow light all the way throughout the day. Roads are never impassable, but you definitely want to take it slow. We have slush, some ice, snow out there this morning. This afternoon, that turns off, but still some messy roads. And then tonight through tomorrow morning, that's where we could see that flash freeze occur, where we have the moisture on the roadways freeze up because those temperatures really start to drop quickly. In the capital city right now, snow continues to fall. It's been falling for a couple of hours. In Narragansett, not so much. Visibility in pretty good shape right now, but I still would be surprised to see a brief coating of snow here in Narragansett and across the rest of the south coast before we're all said and done with the storm this morning. On live Pinpoint Doppler 12, you can see the blue representing where the snow is. That continues to push in from the southwest. There is that battle zone between the rain and snow near Newport, Jamestown towards Westerly. So here's where we're kind of wobbling back and forth. And our Futurecast, I think, times this out pretty well. This is 9 o'clock this morning with some light to moderate snow continuing. By around 11 o'clock, notice the back edge starting to push in from the west. So in places like Foster, North Foster, you may be done with the precipitation by this point. And then everybody's done afternoon. You can see around 2 o'clock a mix of some clouds and sun. So it's the next several hours where we're going to pick up some of that snow and the rain-snow mix at the south coast. So at least the storm doesn't have too much longer to go. Temperatures are around freezing. 32 in Smithfield, 33 Providence, 33 in Newport, and 33 in Westerly. Keep in mind, though, those are air temperatures. At the ground surfaces, especially in areas where there is snow and ice, it could easily be below freezing, so use caution on the side roads, sidewalks this morning. What happened overnight is the milder side of the storm, represented by the green, tried to push through, and it did for the most part, changing us over to rain. And now the colder side trying to push back. It's sort of a battle, a fight occurring between the two sides of the storm. As that slightly cooler side tries to push back in, that's why we get that switch over back to snow. And you can see our temperatures throughout noon, right around freezing, but again, at the surfaces, we could be below freezing. By 5 p.m., even though it does start to drop below freezing in Smithfield and Providence, this is not really the point where those temperatures start to crash. That happens tonight. In fact, 5 p.m. through midnight, notice what happens into the 20s, and then overnight through tomorrow morning into the low 20s and the teens. By 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, sitting at around 16 in Smithfield, 18 North Kingstown, and 21 in Newport. So any moisture which has been on the road since last night could freeze up for that commute tomorrow morning. Something to keep in mind. About a coating to 2 inches of additional snow from the snow that's moving through right now. So when you add everything up, 3 to 6 inches to the north and west of 295. Places like Burrillville already have 4.5 on the ground, 2 to 4 for the Providence metro area, a coating to 2 inches of snow at the south coast. Keep in mind, these are grand totals. So when you put that ruler in the ground later on this morning, as I hope you will, because we all like to measure snow, right? It may not actually look like this much because some of those snowfall totals were washed away from last night. You can always look at the extended Futurecast online at WPRI.com. Good news right now, which I just mentioned in the discussion, is that Wednesday